Hi, this is Dan England with the Greeley Tribune, and this video will accompany my story in today's paper about the feral cat roundup by Northern Colorado Friends of Ferals, which took place February 11th and 12th. So what I'm hoping is that this slideshow will sort of show you what goes on in a weekend like this. The night before, feral cats are trapped using these cages and a little tuna juice and some soft cat food. Mobile home parks tend to be overrun with these feral cats. And a feral cat really is more of a sort of wild stray cat. But they're not as mean as you might think. Some of them are definitely biters. But there were many that were pretty friendly, and part of the reason for that is because residents in these mobile home parks tend to care for the cats almost like they were their own. They feed them and love them and pet them. The thing that they just don't do, mostly because financial reasons, is they don't fix the cats. And so that's what goes on here is they trap the cats, as you're seeing here. And in a big roundup like this, they'll get, 70. There's 70 cages back there behind. And then veterinarians will work on them the next day, and then they'll give them a day to recover. And then the day after that, they release them back into their colonies. The organization was founded by Leslie Voigt, who you're seeing here looking at one of the cats, and Jan Leek, who you just saw in the earlier photo with the cages, helps out a lot too. Okay, so after the cats are given a shot of anesthetic, they are taken out of their cages, and sometimes they have to wait their turn. The pink tape on their head is a color coding system used by Northern Colorado Friends of Ferals, so they know what colony to return the cat to, because, like she said, if you have a line of 12 black cats, you're not going to remember which one was which. So when it's their turn, a vet tech will shave the cat's bellies, tie them down on the table there, and go to work. Operations don't take too long by Planned Parenthood Plus out of Denver, because they do this all the time, and they tend to specialize in low-cost spade and neuters. Once the cats are recovering on the table, they clip their ear. This is so they know if their cats are captured again, they know that they've been fixed before. They don't have to take them back to the clinic and open them up again to find that out. Feral cats, despite their hard life, are surprisingly healthy, but they do some, checking on their teeth, and they'll vaccinate them for rabies and other diseases as well. And this is part of the paperwork, so they can keep all the cats straight on the table. And they're also in recovery from surgery. I saw people heating bean bags and placed them next to the cats so they wouldn't get too cold. Pretty typical of the loving care that I saw that Sunday. A lot of these people really love these cats. This is a kitten. Kittens tend to be socialized and then adopted out, and they can live lives just like a regular house cat despite their difficult beginnings. Sometimes cats do escape. They don't know that this is quote unquote good for them, and so sometimes they have to wrangle them back in. This was an interesting situation. This cat was thought to be diseased and pretty sick and old, and so they debated euthanizing it. They eventually did let it back in the wild, and it ran off and looked pretty healthy, so they think they made the right decision. Cases like this one are really pretty rare. Accidental deaths and euthanasia cases are maybe 10 out of the 2,000 that they fixed. This is the fun part for the volunteers. They round up the cats the next morning after a night of recovery, and they take them back to their places. This is one of the many releases that happened that day. It's really a fun part for the volunteers to see them go back to their homes. Volunteers really do love the cats, and we're feeding some just because they were friendly there. And here's one of the residents. His name was Clyde. He was welcoming Fuzzy Buzz back home.